right. That's right. That signature tune tells you that it's time for more sports. Wherever you are, anywhere you are, everywhere in the world, is more sports o'clock. And I am here today taking over from your regular anchorman. Of course, it's a team, big, more sports team from the UK to the Americas to Nigeria, everywhere in the world is more sports. And all we do is bring you information, education, enlightenment, and entertainment. So today, expect no less. Trust me, expect no less because it's going to be action packed, fun packed, like something that you always look forward to anytime and everything. So if you just give me a few minutes of your time, everything is going to be set, real set for your enjoyment. Okay, so just a few minutes to get my to get things in order, to get things set. Yeah. Okay, so yesterday, Ali did Africa proud. They did Africa real proud by holding their own against Inter Miami. Inter Miami of the Americas playing against Al Ali from Africa. It was a goalless draw, but it was a very, very entertaining game. Trust me. You see, for every win in the World Club Cup, you get $2 million, and for every draw, you get $1 million. So yesterday, Al Ali of Egypt getting a draw against Inter Miami of America earned them $1 million. And guess what? Al Ali could or should have even won the game. Did you know that Al Ali lost a penalty kick in the game? That's the most expensive penalty miss in football history. You know why? Because it cost Al Ali $1 million. And he scored that penalty kick, and at the game ended 1-0 in favor of Al Ali would have gone home with $2 million. $2 million. But instead, they drew the game and went home with $1 million. So that penalty miss is going to go down as the most expensive penalty miss in football history, minus $1 million. However, these things happen. It's the game of football. We've seen players miss penalty kicks in the final of the World Cup, denying their teams the opportunity of lifting the World Cup. We've seen players miss the finals in Champions League finals, miss the penalties in Champions League finals, miss penalties in AFCON finals, CONMEBOL, South American finals, and all. Is part of football. What we are going to dwell on is the fact that an African team is making us proud, just like the African team, TP Mazembe, got to the final of this same FIFA Club World Cup at the time. And Al Ali, I think same Al Ali also got to the final of the FIFA World Club Cup at the time and also lost. We're hoping that this time around they can do one better. Who says that an African team cannot win the FIFA Club World Cup? My name is Wola Opatola, and today I am your anchorman on More Sports, the fastest, biggest growing football and all sports organization in the world, anywhere in the world. More Sports. For you to verify all this, More Sports, you need to check us out on YouTube, check us out on Facebook, check us out on Instagram, on Twitter, everywhere, and you will discover what I'm saying. So today, information right in front of me shows that with a price pot of $1 billion, $1 billion, which is $750 million pounds. 750 million pounds. Top European teams are in line to earn up to 97 million pounds if they won, leading to concerns such money could distort domestic leagues and skew competitive balance. Okay, let me tell you the origin of all this. Uh, in December, sports streaming platform DAZN agreed to pay FIFA, football's world governing body, $1 billion for the tournament's global broadcast rights. So, for people to view the World Club Cup, for people to see the World Club Cup all over the world, DAZN agreed to pay FIFA, World Football Governing Body, $1 billion. One whooping $1 billion. And this money is going to be shared by all the clubs, all the participating teams. And of course, that's after FIFA have taken their own profit. Sorry, I'm just trying to, get some things right in the studios, so that, yeah, good. The setting is right, yeah. So, for example, real, okay, I'm talking, look, let's look at how everybody's going to benefit from this. Now, FIFA's $1 billion. FIFA's $1 billion Club World Cup. Look, sometimes people say these players are being overused. These players are they're susceptible to injuries because they have been overused. You expect that players that have been playing competitively since August, since September, and deserve their rest as the leagues were ending in May, are right now still playing. They are right now still active. We are in June and players are playing at the FIFA Club World Cup competition. But when you look at the amount of money involved, you will know that these clubs need this money. These players, of course, need this money because even some clubs have gone ahead to offer extra 100% incentives to their players to play in this competition because of the money involved. So it shows that money rules the world. Look, Bayern Munich just ruthlessly defeated Auckland City by 10 goals to nothing. 10 goals to nothing. Well, the good thing for us is that we had a lot of players from African descent playing in that competition, playing for Bayern Munich in that game, the likes of Jamal Musiala, Michael Olise, Kingsley Coman. They all played for Bayern Munich and they were even on target. Even Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller is said to be retiring at the end of the season. Normally, the regular season ends in May. But look at Thomas Muller still playing for Bayern Munich in June. And he was on target today, scoring a brace in the 45th minute and the 89th minute. And Auckland City, a team made up of part-timers. Maybe they have their own side hustles or they have their major hustle during the day. Maybe some are carpenters, maybe some are plumbers, maybe some are transporters, drivers, or anything, or even lecturers in school. Maybe they only regroup in the evenings to play football and all. They have been beaten by 10 goals to nothing by Bayern Munich. I'm sure that even if a team from Nigeria goes to this competition, they wouldn't get beat by 10 goals to nothing. But then, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's football. And we're talking about money, a lot of money being involved. And guess what? In a few minutes from now, PSG will be taking on Atletico Madrid. I'm still talking about FIFA Club World Cup. Imagine this matchup. PSG taking on Atletico Madrid in the next 15 minutes. I'm sure that's about the time we'll be wrapping up the show today on More Sports. And it will be time for us to sit back and enjoy some great game of football between PSG and Atletico Madrid. So let's look at what is at stake. Sporting performance pillar, $475 million. I'm talking about bonus payments awarded to teams based on match results and progression. So at the group stage, there's $2 million at stake for every win. There's $1 million at stake for every draw. And when you make that progression to the knockout stage, round of 16, $7.5 million. So all you need to do is earn for instance, earn $2 million for every win and play 3 matches in the group stage and earn $6 cool million. $6 cool million. Then you move on to the knockout stages. Round of 16 alone, you earn $7.5 million. $7.5 million. So if you are stopping at round of 16, maybe, and you, for example, you got to win 3 matches during the group stage, you are going to earn $6 million plus $7.5 million. And that's about $13.5 million cool cash, and you go home at the round of 16. But then you are not stopping there. Those who move on to the quarterfinal will earn $13.125 million. Semi-final, $21 million. Runners up in the final, $30 million. And for you to be a winner, you are making $40 million. Now, that's just the beginning. Or that's not even the beginning. That's just part bonus. Because I'm looking at participation pillar right in front of me now. And guaranteed appearance fees based on confederation and club ranking. Teams coming from UEFA are getting between $12.81 million to $38.19 million. People coming from the CONMEBOL region, $15.21 million. From the CONCACAF, AFC, and CAF. CONCACAF, that's the North America. From AFC, Asian Football Confederation, and CAF, the Confederation of African Football, they're getting $9.55 million. The OFC, $3.58 million. So, for example, those 4 teams representing Africa in this FIFA Club World Cup are getting $9.55 million guaranteed participation fees. Mamelodi Sundowns, Al Ahly, Raja Casablanca, look, they are all going home with guaranteed $9.55 million. Now, Global Solidarity Program, $250 million allocated to non-participating clubs and global development initiatives. So even non-participating clubs who have been members of the UEFA, for example, all along, are sharing a part of this money. Look, there's just too much money involved in football right now. Little wonder, some top clubs in Europe wanted to break away and form their own. Remember that initiative by Real Madrid that had the likes of Arsenal, Juventus, and all big teams in Europe coming together to form their own biggest competition ever that was stopped by UEFA last minute and all. That's the kind of money that is involved in football right now. So, from the African perspective, it's a good one. It's a great development because it means that with this kind of money, Africans can now even go shoulder to shoulder with these teams. It's a good thing that we have foreigners now. I'm talking about players from other continents coming to play in Africa. Because when you look at the current team of Mamelodi Sundowns, you see some Brazilians in there. And I know same applies to Al Ahly, Raja Casablanca, Zamalek, and all that. And some other clubs in Africa. Look at Tupuisan Mazembe. Look at their exploits in Africa. Look at their exploits at the FIFA Club World Club level. So with all this money coming in, it's going to help the African League to develop. It's going to help the African region to develop as well, because there is now much more money for development. They can bring in some of the best coaches in the world. Look, some of the best coaches in the world have been to Africa to coach, which is a wonderful development. Any day, all day. And then when you are attracting some of the best players from all over the world to Africa, what else do you need for development? That's how Japan started with their A League back in those days when they started attracting international players to their league. Ditto Qatar, ditto Saudi Arabia, ditto China. So who says that you cannot see one of the biggest players in the world playing in Africa someday? Why not? If they could go to Japan, if they could go to Qatar, go to Saudi Arabia, they can as well come to Africa. Why not? There's just so much money involved in football all over the world right now that Africa has to wake up. And still talking about Africa, we must also talk about the fact that there will be new season starting in September now across Europe and all, and we are hoping and we are expecting that African players will be making their moves, and they will be moving to some of the biggest teams in the whole world. I think the most talked about, as we all can see, is Victor Osimhen. Nobody now knows where Victor Osimhen is moving to. Nobody. Well, at the time, some people said he was going to Saudi Arabia. At the time, some people said he will be going to, he will still be remaining in Turkey, with Galatasaray. Some are looking at Liverpool. Some are looking at Arsenal, Manchester United. Some are even looking at Chelsea. As of today, the most talked about African player is Victor Osimhen. And why not? He was the last African Footballer of the Year before the last one. So he's still relevant as long as we're talking about the game. So where else will he be going? Look at Achraf Hakimi, for instance. A lot of people are saying he's going to be the next African Footballer of the Year. And why not? He's done great things everywhere he's been to. You talk about Inter Milan, talk about Real Madrid, talk about PSG. He has just won the CAF Champions League. And he played the role of an integral member of the PSG winning team. And just like everyone else has said, and I in particular believe so as well, that it deserves to be the African Footballer of the Year. I know some will also disagree with me because Mohamed Salah, for instance, might also be in line. And why not? Look at everything Mohamed Salah did in the English Premier League. Look at how he helped Liverpool to win the English Premier League. Look at his all-round outstanding performance all through the season, tearing the net week in, week out. Although he kind of took his foot off the pedal, the moment Liverpool were confirmed European champions and all, maybe he's been on holidays or he's been enjoying too much. But he came back on the last day to give an outstanding performance, to remind everybody that he still remains Mohamed Salah. Not forgetting that Victor Osimhen also should be shortlisted for the African Footballer of the Year award. He won a double in Turkey. His goals week in, week out earned him the highest goal scorer award. His goals helped his team Galatasaray to win the league and also win the FA Cup. So we're looking at Victor Osimhen, we're looking at Mohamed Salah, and we're looking at Achraf Hakimi. For sure. For real. Osimhen from Nigeria, Mohamed Salah from Egypt, Achraf Hakimi from Morocco. Any of those three surely deserves to go home with the title of Africa's best. With Nigeria winning it back to back, it looks more like it's going to go to somewhere. It's going to go somewhere else this year, and it might just be a neck and neck between Achraf Hakimi and Mohamed Salah, with Achraf Hakimi having an edge. Trust me. But that is the beauty of it all. Africa exporting their best talents to Europe and elsewhere in the world. Look at Saudi Arabia, the likes of Sadio Mane, Abubakar, and others, doing so well. Ojon Igalo and all of them doing so well in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, in the Gulf, and of course in the Orient, in the Far East. So that is the kind of news we wish or want to hear about Africans, about African teams, African players, anywhere and everywhere in the world. Anyway, that's our objective at More Sports, to promote Africa and anything, everything Africa, everywhere and anywhere in the world. So we wish all the teams representing Africa the very best of luck in this competition. We sincerely believe that Africa has got all it takes to win it, and why not? They can win it. Yesterday, Al Ali, with just a little more belief, should have beaten Inter Miami. Forget the fact that they had Messi, Messi playing in that team. The Africans were better. Of all the chances they had, they should have buried one, at least one of them. But then, it's just the first game of the tournament. Maybe some jitters here and there, maybe some jet lag here and there or something. But whatever it is, there'll be no more excuses, or no more excuses going into the second game and the third game, and even as they go further in the competition. So, it's been my pleasure presenting the show today. Your regular anchorman should be back here, of course, in a few days from now. And we should be talking about the African exploits in Faraway World Club Cup in Miami. And we should be celebrating not only the clubs, but also the African players who are doing us proud in that competition. So, till we come your way again on another live show, make sure that you follow us on all our platforms. Look out for More Sports on Facebook, More Sports on Twitter, More Sports on Instagram, More Sports on your YouTube channel, and you will never regret it. Because the things you don't know, the things you don't see regularly about Africa and African teams and African players, we bring them to you. The behind the scenes, the things that you couldn't see from the comfort of your home or anywhere else you are watching it, we take the sacrifice upon ourselves to go all the way to get it done for you. And we promise that we will not stop. So, we are very happy that yes, I'm getting the signals now that in another 2 minutes or thereabout, the game between Atletico Madrid and PSG will be kicking off. And that's the kind of thing, the kind of football that we want to see at this particular point in time. Go in there and look out for the African players on parade in PSG and in Atletico Madrid. Can I see, maybe I can get the rundown, the lineups for you? Yes, I can. And I am looking at Hakimi. Yes, Ashraf Hakimi is playing from the right side for PSG. He's starting in this game. He's there. And that's enough to even look out for as people with African interests at heart. Yes, substitutes. Yes, I can see Kamara on the substitutes bench for PSG. I can see Mbaye, Mayulu, on the substitute bench for PSG. Yes, so I should be rooting for PSG in today's game because of the African interest. You don't blame me. I am an African. I remain an African. So let's all go and enjoy the game, and then we'll be back before you know it. Of course, we wish we can make it here on the daily and be a part of your day, but then see you when I see you. Thank you very much for watching. Do not forget, make More Sports a part of you. Always when you go to the social media, always look for More Sports. We are there with our presence on all social media handles: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere, everywhere you find us is More Sports. See you sometime soon. I told you at the beginning, my name is Wola Opatola. Enjoy the rest of the week.